Hello and welcome to today's session. When the paychecks stop, how to build a reliable retirement income plan. I'm April Pope, certified financial planner and personal CFO. Today we are tackling one of the biggest financial transitions of your life, and that's when you shift from saving to spending. And not a lot of people talk about this shift. We are always taught how to save, put money away. But we really don't have a lot of education on how to spend that money when it's time to retire and use all those funds that we've so diligently saved over this time. So let's talk about how to build a dependable plan so you don't run out of money, and more importantly, you don't run out of peace of mind. All right, so one of the most common fears that we hear is, what if I run out of money? So when you've been working like your whole life, like most of us have, I don't know about you, I started at 16, actually babysitting younger than that, but getting W-2 pay around 16, and being used to getting paid every 2 weeks or maybe once a month, depending on where you work. It can be kind of scary to think about retiring from your job and walking away with this pot of money they just give you in your 401k or your 403b, but not really sure how that pot of money is supposed to turn into like income to help you pay your bills, continue your lifestyle as you've been doing for decades. Or you're sitting here thinking, well, is this enough? Like, did I save enough? Like, how much is enough? What if I blow it all in the first couple of years and I run out? So these are things that we hear people asking about. These are things that we know are swimming around in your head as you're starting to think about retirement. So I always like to share a true story. So a few years ago, I was working with this couple where the husband, he literally knew the exact month, day, and probably the hour of when he wanted to stop working. So he knew this was the date. This was it. We were always planning for this date. So he was also, though, just completely afraid that once he stopped working, the market was going to crash and all his retirement savings were going to be gone. Even though he was in a conservative portfolio, he was diversified, all those things, he was just convinced it would be his luck that he's going to lose a lot of his retirement money after he stopped working. And since he knew he was not going back to work, this was just not an option. He's like, so then I'm going to have to, I already told these people, like, I'm not coming back for an extra hour after this moment. So he definitely couldn't go back to his job and be like, yeah, that didn't work out, retirement like I thought it would. I want to come back. He knew that wasn't it. So what we did was we figured out exactly how much they needed to have each month to feel comfortable, to make sure they had all their bills paid, all the things that they needed to have, every single thing. We wrote it down. We made sure we didn't forget anything. And when we say needs are like, internet and things. It's not like just water and food. Like, nobody wants to retire just with that. So what they needed to have the comfortable lifestyle that they wanted to have in retirement. So we made a plan to make sure that he had a guaranteed paycheck that would come, like Social Security, things like that. We made sure all those guarantees would come every month until both of them passed away. And we made sure that amount was enough to cover those basic expenses. So what this did is helped him stop worrying about what the market would do, because he knew the money that they needed to live on was not, it didn't have anything to do with the market. It was protected from whatever the market decided to do or not do. So the point here is, if you have a clear income strategy, not just like a pot of money that you're not sure what to do with it, this strategy, as long as it blends timing, taxes, and your lifestyle, you really can go into retirement or even approach retirement with confidence, because you know that you have income that's going to cover your needs. So key point number one, what you need to do is identify and organize all your income sources. So through retirement or through your working years, you probably amassed a few different accounts. So we want to think about Social Security, if you have some pensions, maybe some annuities, IRAs, Roth IRAs, brokerage accounts, anything. It could be part-time income, rental properties, maybe you have some real estate. Knowing what you have, all the buckets that you're going to be able to use to put together a plan to have retirement income, and knowing when those start is very important too. So not just when you have them, but when they start. Different pensions start at different ages. Social Security, you have different options of when you can start taking those. Maybe your rental real estate will be paid off at a certain year, so then you'll be able to take in the rents without having the mortgage to worry about. So about when those incomes start is important. And also how they're taxed. You want to talk about how things are taxed. How are your different retirement pots, if you will, taxed? Some might be tax deferred, some might be tax free, and coordinating everything efficiently. So, but first things first, before you can coordinate or plan anything, you need to know what you have. So start with identifying and organizing all of your income sources. So number 2, what you want to do is decide what order are you going to take money out of those accounts. So it says there's a science. There is a science to withdrawing it, and there's, numbers, and we have research and data and statistics on, why you should take money from certain accounts in what order. But it's also a little bit of an art to withdrawing your accounts or withdrawing money from your accounts in the right order. So things you may be thinking about, should I start with my taxable account first and then maybe move to the tax deferred ones, or do I need to convert some of my funds to a Roth IRA before my retirement minimum distributions come in, or RMDs? All of these questions, I get them. That's why I can share these. I get all these questions. I'm like, this would be a great idea for a webinar, because I get these questions on a daily basis. So the order you choose really can impact your tax bill and how long your money lasts. So it's very important to have a plan for which one of those are you going to start taking from. And even specifically, we show with our clients, when we're doing a detailed withdrawal plan, it shows what exact amount you should take out in what year from what account. And that's very important to make sure your money lasts, and also that your taxes can be as low as possible. And then, of course, preparing for flexibility. We don't have to be this flexible. I don't think anyone is except her. But no retirement plan or financial plan is ever really set in stone. The market's going to change. You may have some health expenses you weren't expecting. There could be some life events that you may need to make some adjustments for. Some kids might move back into the house. You might need to take care of some aging parents that you didn't expect to. A good plan always includes space to move so that you can be flexible. So you want to make sure you have those cash reserves if things like that come up. And you also want to review your plan annually and make sure it aligns with your goals. What you set at 60 might not be what you want to do even at 62. If you think about it, what we set goals at the beginning of whatever it is, your high school career, your college career, that might not be what you did by the end. So you don't want to just say, I have planned for retirement and I am done. It's something that's ongoing, wants to stay flexible, and you want to make sure you're checking in on it at least once a year. All right, so let's recap. First, what we do is catalog all your income sources and understand how they work. That's important. Once you know what you have and how they work and how they're taxed, then you want to choose a withdrawal strategy that's going to minimize your taxes and maximize how long those accounts last. And then, of course, build in some flexibility so your plan can move and adapt with you. One-time plans don't really work, especially in retirement, because things change. So here's your action step, something you can do today. Draft a simple timeline of when and how each income stream will kick in, and schedule a plan to review this at least annually. This is literally something you can do today. Just write them all down, say these are the income streams that I have, this is when they're gonna start, and this is where we're gonna do our action step 1 takeaway you can do today or this weekend. If you want some bonus or extra credit, you can start pulling some statements maybe. Go get your Social Security statement or start gathering all those statements from your pensions or your retirement accounts. Something else you could do is think about, you're already thinking like, I have my current 401k. Maybe that's right, I left that one job, but I never rolled over that one 401k over there. I had that 403b. Oh yeah, I opened up a Roth at my bank one time. Like seeing where everything is and making a plan to maybe consolidate it. That might be a good action item that you can do as well. So if you have any questions, you know where to find us. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you got some information and an action item that you can do right away. We are here to help. So feel free to reach out if you have questions and there's anything we can do for you. I'm April Pope, Certified Financial Planner and Personal CFO. Enjoy the rest of your day.